категории lightweight 70 килограмм. И в красный угол приглашается Karomatullo Sufiev.
You're watching MMA Series 14 FCP live from Kaliningrad, Russia. Brought to you by Football Sports Network and around the world live on the Clash TV app. I'm Ian M16 Butlin and this is the 70 kilogram Grand Prix final. We saw Dmitry Shestakov with a quick KO win with a liver kick. And we also saw Karomatullo Sufiev, who you see before you here, with a rear naked choke win in the first round. So we'd not seen much of Sufiev being a debut, but he showed a lot of skill with that fast win. Neither of these two 70 kilogram guys had a really tough first round fight. Both of them were quite dominant. Bashko gave Sufiev a stubbornness and maybe some trouble getting the choke, but it was a very dominant win for Sufiev. Controlled the back really well. So he's going to come into this fairly fresh and feeling very confident.
В синий угол приглашается Dmitry Shestakov.
So here he comes, the most experienced of our Grand Prix fighters. He moved to 7 wins and 5 defeats. Dmitry Shestakov with the fastest of our wins so far this evening. We didn't see very much of him other than the fact that he's got a very sharp spinning back kick. His record coming into this was 2 KOs and 4 submission wins. He advanced there to 3 KOs, so very dangerous. Sufiev, I think, will be wary at least of the distancing and strikes.
Финал Гран-при категории lightweight. Рефери Владислав Щеблыкин в центр.
Строго выполняем правила. Уважаем друг друга, пожали руки. По углам.
You're watching MMA Series 14 FCP, and this is a 70 kilogram Grand Prix final. You can see there Dmitry Shestakov itching to get out here, and there was a big deep breath from Karomatullo Sufiev, who looked a little nervous there for me as they touched gloves. So Shestakov coming off a very fast win again, using that wide stance, looking for the distancing. Sufiev doing the right thing, I think, closing distance, not giving him space for the spinning kicks. Sufiev needs to not give him room. Shestakov needs that room to work if he's going to fire the strikes. And that was a big low kick, but the distance closed and Sufiev gets the takedown. Keeping those legs nice and tight together. Looking to pass the knee line, which he does into mount. Got his knees back in and into the butterfly guard. Good work there from Shestakov. Let's see if he looks to try to elevate and sweep. The head is down of Sufiev as he looks to pass the leg into half guard. So he passes to half guard, looks to settle down the position, which I feel he needs to do. Shestakov fast, itching to move. So it's a good plan to get into a control position. Half guard, a very good control position for MMA. And then start to slow him down, start to work your own game. Watch him look there to force the elbows in from that close range ground and pound position. Shestakov looking to turn onto his hip and try and push his back against the fence, which he does there. Sufiev moves him slightly away and puts his shoulders back on the mat. Only subtle moves, but stopping Shestakov from being able to get himself back up on the fence. Shestakov looking to grab the ankle. Tried to get some sort of control himself. So Sufiev on top in the guard. Close guard here of Dmitry Shestakov. 12 previous professional fights, a lot of experience. Mixed record, wins and losses, but his wins have been finishes. Every single win has been a finish. As he tries to get back onto his side, tries to get his hip to the floor. Shoulders back to the fence. But it's some good control here. Sufiev trying to pull him away. Keeping arms around. That's good ground and pound. Heavy shots. As Shestakov moves his head towards his knee to try to turn onto his side, he's being punished for it by Sufiev. Sufiev again does a good job of pulling the wrist away and stopping Shestakov from getting onto his side and onto his hand, which he wants to be, to stand up against the fence. Looking now to maybe take the back, control the back. He does that. Can he get the hooks in? Shestakov defending. Manages to turn back to the mount. Here's the arm triangle attempt. Sits off to the side. Chose there to go back over onto the mount. He can actually get that set off to the side again. So he's obviously looking to secure the position a little tighter. Could do with getting his head to the mat. He needs to close off the blood on both sides of the head here. His bicep is in one side. He needs the shoulder of Shestakov onto the other side. His head was in the wrong position there to get a really tight choke on, and well defended from Dmitry Shestakov. Sufiev now in the side control position. Again, still working those short little elbows in. They can be damaging. They can open up cuts, the elbows, from that close position. Shestakov trying to move the hips, trying to hip escape out and get his knee back in. Returns to his front, lets the back up again. Sufiev will be looking to get those hooks in, secure that back. Working the strikes, breaking the turtle down to the hip. And there, back onto the back, he's got at least the bottom hook in. Gets the roll, didn't quite have back to back. But finishes a very dominant first round there. So the less experienced of the two. Karomatullo Sufiev, for me, wins the first round. I think the stats will definitely tell the same story. As here we watch the replay of that first round. Sharp strikes to the leg. But that strike to the leg and the commitment led to this first takedown and the start of the control from the top position for Karomatullo Sufiev. Big heavy ground and pound as the head came in. Just couldn't quite finish the arm triangle, but still controlled, kept the position and stayed in side control. There we see the total strikes. Sufiev 11 out of 14, Shestakov 5 out of 7. Positioning and control was all Sufiev. Also, as I look at the stats in front of me, the kicks were down to Sufiev as well. So let's see how this round goes now. Big overhand right, too much commitment again. And Shestakov could get taken to the floor. He's managed to catch a guillotine, but it's not tight. Single leg, takes the back. Beautiful wrestling transition there. Ducked his head underneath from the single, took the back. Maybe looking to get control. See how he's keeping Shestakov all the time, breaking him down from that turtle down to his hip. Again, Shestakov managed to get the turtle position. Look for him to try to stand up as the bottom hook goes in. Second hook in now. This is a good position for Karomatullo Sufiev. Bad position for Dmitry Shestakov. He's eating strikes early on. First minute gone now, the second round. As his head comes up, Referee there was a little bit of confusion because I think he thought it might be a verbal submission there from Shestakov, who's managed to turn and is underneath mount. Still not the best position, but definitely better than someone on your back. The gum shield is out. Referee will look for an opportunity to stop the action and put the gum shield back in, but he won't want to stop the action as it goes. Sufiev coming out dominating so far in this second round. This is MMA Series 14 FCP, brought to you by the Football Sports Network. And if you're watching around the world on the Clash TV app, you can score the fights, clap for your favourite fighter, and give your opinions, ask questions, tell us who you think is winning this fight. For me, Karomatullo, Sufiev, dominant as he takes the back again. Both hooks in, looking to get the arm under the neck. Right arm sneaking towards that shoulder. Chooses to let go with his swap arms. Now the left arm. A lot of the game when you're attacking with gloves on from the back is you're trying to get one arm under, then you might strike, switch the other arm under. And this is good work. Shestakov gets back on top. Top position. He's going to avoid the sweep. Good balance there from Shestakov, who's now on top. Halfway through the second round. He needs to try to do something here now to win. Good work from Sufiev, who turns the fight back over and sits Shestakov to his back. Shestakov looking to just control with that leg. He can't get any submissions while it's in half guard or even the half butterfly. Again, watch for Sufiev to take the back. As soon as he gets half an opportunity, he's getting that back position. His head's underneath the armpit. He waits for Shestakov to turn onto his front and takes the back. Again, we see this half guard position. Tight control. Nice move with the hips and the butterfly hooks back in. But every time, Sufiev just passes back. So disheartening. Look how easy he just stepped past the butterfly hook there. 1 minute left in this second round. Again, just landing the short elbows in, looking to cut, looking to damage from the side control position. Dmitry Shestakov may be the more experienced of the two, but at the moment, technical dominance from Karomatullo Sufiev in the 70 kilo Grand Prix final. Dmitry Shestakov stuck now. He's underneath half guard. The base switching from Sufiev. He's in the nice side control there. Then he switches. Look, he's looking for the mount now. Steps up to mount. Watch him get his head clear. Dmitry Shestakov holding him close, not wanting any power in the strikes. As we see the short elbows, trying to make space for punches. The dying seconds now, round number 2. Another dominant round for Karomatullo Sufiev. Made his debut earlier on tonight with a good win. And he's certainly ahead on my card, ahead on the stats. So here's the replay. It was a takedown, not much of a guillotine attempt. Takedown, back take again. Close underneath, but the chin staying in. Good defense from Dmitry Shestakov, but dominance from Karomatullo Sufiev, who dominated from the back, the mount and the side control through that second round. And as we look at the strikes, they tell a real story. 30 out of 33 for Sufiev. Good landing and good work rate against 6 landed to 9 of Shestakov. The takedowns, again, in the favour
Шаг назад, шаг
of the
назад.
less experienced Karomatullo Sufiev, who's showing a real star here. Third and final round. This is MMA Series 14 FCP, and this is a 70 kilogram Grand Prix final. We have Dmitry Shestakov in the blue, Karomatullo Sufiev in the red. For me, and on the stats, Sufiev 2 rounds up. If you're watching at home on the Clash TV app, please score these fights. Give us your opinion on the fighters and ask any questions. Spinning back kick from Sufiev. Growing in confidence. Good sprawl there from Shestakov though. But persistence driven through the sprawl. Karomatullo Sufiev switches to the single. Gets the takedown into side. Again, as I always say, if a fighter gets past your guard, you need to let go of their head. We saw that earlier on with the Von Flue choke, the most common submission for someone holding onto your head when you pass guard. There's Sufiev. Passed on the way down, so the clever thing for Shestakov would have been to get his arms back in and try to work position. Unfortunately, his position is bad now underneath Sufiev's mount. I'd like to see Sufiev try to break that grip behind his back. Again, pushes down on the head. Trying to break the grip, work the strikes. He's been dominant. He's dominated the first round, dominated the second, but I'd like to see a finish here. He's fighting for a title, this Grand Prix title, and I'd like to see some urgency to look to try to finish. Throwing in punches. Shestakov not really working the hips. He's just holding on with his hands. He's not driving up there. You see a hip bump. And he got, see it worked. Bumps his hips up. The weight was over his hips. He got the reversal and now he's on top. Shestakov needs to do something serious here. He can't win this on points, so he needs to start to look to finish. Go for broke. Looking to pass. Now he's on the back. Hook in. Now he's controlling the back. Can he get the choke? Can he turn this fight around? This would be some win here for Dmitry Shestakov. Shestakov has only gone the distance once and it was a loss. He lost on points. Here he's behind on points, but we know he's a finisher. Can he get the finish? Can he get the mount position here now? He's lost the back. He ends up underneath. That's not where he wants to be with 2 minutes left in the fight. That could have been Dmitry Shestakov's only chance of winning this fight. Sufiev back on top. Look for him to posture up and try and pass that guard again. He does his best work when he passes the legs. Shestakov is going to feel disheartened after that. It was his best effort and his best chance, and he's let it go. And now here we see Sufiev working to half guard. Watch for Shestakov if he turns to his front. Or the turtle again to have his back taken. The story has been the same over and over again. And Dmitry Shestakov just not quite coming on top out of these two fighters. 1 minute left in this fight. For me, Sufiev 2 rounds up and dominating this round as he looks to pass. Tried to work past the butterfly, but chose to go back into the half guard. Shestakov again holding on tight, had the arm trapped in at the same time there. So he was in a position to sweep while there was no arm to base off. But maybe too tired, too disheartened to do that. There he's back to his feet and this is good work. 20 seconds left. Can he do something? He gets the takedown, top position. But the turnaround. Sufiev gets back on top. 10 seconds left in this fight now. Will Sufiev look to finish? Will he look for something else? Controlling side control. Postured up, the bell has gone. And that, I think, is a 70 kilogram Grand Prix championship win for Karomatullo Sufiev. The strikes tell that story. The takedowns tell the story. And let's see if the judges agree with me as we hand over to the MC for the official decision.
В финале Гран-при категория 70 килограмм. Единогласным решением судей победу одержал Karomatullo Sufiev. Пояс вручает директор ММА «Серия» Федор Рыжов.
So there you go, the winner of the 70 kilogram Grand Prix Championship, Karomatullo Sufiev. Well-deserved win there with a very dominant 3 rounds in the final. And all of it for that championship belt.
Поддержите наших бойцов, нашего победителя!
Two professional fights, 2 professional wins, and he is a champion. Here's the replay of this 70 kilogram final fight between Dmitry Shestakov and Karomatullo Sufiev. The less experienced Sufiev has shown great skill, great wrestling as he came out, got the takedowns and dominated the groundwork. Here you see the chance for Shestakov to get something back, but it was Sufiev who dominated the positions, dominated the takedowns, and looked close to finishers at points. Great win there for Karomatullo Sufiev.